recording. Yes, we are. Right, we've come to Burton Bradstock. So, just done the 5-hour drive down to the Dorset coast, and this is the first trip of this little trip, or this overall trip session, what are we going to call it? Holiday adventure. So, yeah, quick looking at Burton Bradstock now. Unfortunately, the tide times mean that the tide's on its way in, so we're not going to go too far and stop too long, but a little look in before we go check in at the hotel, and yeah, you never know what you might find. Alright, so I've just been chipping this one out, and unfortunately it's broken, it's all hollow, so yeah, never mind. But there's a little bit showing. I'm a bit knackered after chiseling that one out, but there's a few negatives out and about, meaning people have got stuff, so in the right place. Half of one there someone's had. Negative. So just having a go at this bit, because probably a shell that, but it's quite a good shelly bed, so just interested to see if there's out in there. You never know, give it a quick go, if not we'll leave it. Race against time, tide's coming in. Oh, we found a parky rock. Whoa! Just there, so we'll see if we can get some more of that off. Done it. I'm already sweating. You've got to try and go around them where you can. tricky. Might not have a middle, but nice. An ammonite in there, showing shell on top of it. Nice one. Well, that was a nice little rock at low tide. So yeah, it's a nice little rock at low tide that yielded a nice parky there, and possibly a couple of other bits. Maybe looks like a quite fat, possibly a Steph, but it looks the wrong zone. So we'll see when it's actually prepared. It could be a big catamites. So yeah, but I'm gonna wander along now this low tide zone, which is rapidly disappearing, unfortunately. See if we can see any easy pickings. There's a slip from last year which yielded me quite a few decent fossils, so hopefully there'll be one or two bits knocking about still. But yeah, I'll have a wander on there, see if we can bag some more stuff. You never know with this place. Quite happy with that. It's a nice parky that's made my trip. Came down yesterday and yeah, tide were already in or coming in, so we didn't have very long, and only managed a few bits and not a lot of filming. But yeah, today a lot more productive. Yay! Right, let's go see if we can find some bits. And a very dangerous place. You can see the overhang there. You can see the big crack. That's going to go. When that goes, it probably will reach where I'm stood on the beach right here. There's another big lump ready to go there. That's a huge lump there, and there's cracks both sides. So yeah, not a place for young children to be climbing about, but yes, it happens. But at least that bit is probably slightly more secure than the others, although there's still loads of rock to come off. Yeah. Ah, a lot of this is buried. By the looks of it. A lot of shingle compared to last time. A lot of shingle, which makes finding good rocks difficult. Seems to be slowly building up this year, does the shingles. Well, as I say, that fall is much diminished. Wow. Yeah. A lot smaller than it was last year. A lot smaller. As easy as it looks finding a space for a camera along this lot. Be there. See if there's anything in this block. One never knows. Could be not. Find a little spot with the chiseling. Be a couple of bits in there, so you can see that there's a tiny one there. Yeah, that is in there actually, so there's another one just here, and you can see it poking out there, so that's alright. Different species, some interesting stuff. On here. Absolutely nothing. That's in. Really humid. Really humid. But at least it's not sunburn weather. But found another one. So that's one side. That's the other. That's alright. There's a bit of a crack in that, so need to be careful with that. Make sure it gets home in one piece. There. A bit of an ammonite there, so I'm just going to try and see if I can get it out. Absolutely no guarantee. can't see at all. We're on camera there. We are we? Stuff's really hard. It doesn't break easily. Great. Nice crack. Yeah. Such hard stuff this. You don't even know if it's all there. Just hope for the best. I've been chiseling away at this block for days, hours, and yeah, I've some nice sized Parkinsonias out of it, but there's a nice big one there. So Dave is going to try and chisel it out. It's not always easy. Looks like it's got a bit of good separation. Lovely, lovely. Revealing a bit more of the Parkinsonia there. You get a lot of partials there. Looks like a nice bit of popping. Lovely, lovely. Get in there.
Calcite.
Yeah. Good bit body chamber. Oh, other side of it, I don't know. another nice little bit of poppage. That needs to go a bit deeper. Nice one, that. Yeah, have a nice one to there, right? It's just, you could restore that, you know. I'm taking a bit of body chamber off there, but yeah, gone a bit too close, haven't you? But it is body chamber, so I think you need to go down and then probably go into this bit. Back to Dave in half an hour. Right, update, we've got this big block off now. There'll be some good stuff in that. Oh. Ah. Wedge it and I'll stick a rock in it. More wedging. There you go. I think if it yeah, Parky, yeah. If you get it on that side, you'll be able to get it off, I think. No! There you go. Just from there. Dave's going to extract that one down there. Not the broken one, the one at the side. Alright, best of luck. Well, it really is payday here at Burton Bradstock, so we've got the baby one there, and hiding it was the big one, which has just popped out.
Look at all three of them next to each other.
Yeah, so that's a nice little one, and that's going to be a huge, great big monster. Just need to drag it out and try and split it down a bit. Hopefully it'll pop. Parkinsonia Day at Burton Bradstock. Even Dave's got one without breaking it. No, I won't do that. What are you doing that for? There's going to be another Parkinsonia in this rock. Something's going. No, not quite.
Now.
Can't shallow out. You're in the middle of it.
You have to whack it and hold it.
Yeah.
You can't hold it and you can't get proper balance. You really are.
I told you it was 2 foot long when I started here. Try it.
It's only gone in about 5 mil. It's not even touching it.
The beast of Scunthorpe. Ain't gonna get, that's just gonna be a broken chisel. You kind of need to just tap it in so it gets, so it's not wobbly, and then absolutely welt it when it's wobbly like that. It's a pain in the ass. You're probably driving it into a big lump of calcite. Nice big round Parkinsonia. Ooh.
Yeah, there's nothing.
Nothing. I found that was sat there. Everybody's missed. Oh, that must be a big rock. Just in there. I spotted something very interesting here. There's a massive keel up there. It's like a megalitosaurus. I don't think we're going to be getting that one out. You see it yet? Right the way there. We're on maximum zoom. A little bit close to the cliff. But that's a big one there. See that keel, lovely. It's time to go soon, but yeah, just having a look at the oolite sections. So we've got the, I think they're the stuff boxes, like bacterial mats. That's sort of the boundary between the Elenian and the Bajocian stages. This is an interesting piece. You can see how much stuff there is in this stuff. So, you know, these are wearing out now, but there's, you know, negative there. There's half one there. You know, there's loads of ammonite there, ammonite there, ammonite there, ammonite there. Loads of negatives. And someone's had a go at peeling this next layer off. You can see the what they call it, the oolite, made up of these little particles. Yeah, absolutely loads of stuff in that. And these do look like the lower beds. I think when it falls, I think the upper beds get launched outwards, and the lower beds tend to be closer to the cliff. See this Bridport sand, which isn't very fossiliferous, unfortunately, but does have the occasional nautilus and things in. Again, quite a bit of stuff in here. It's quite jumbled up, is this though, so I don't think it's going to be too good. You can see there's lots of signs of ammonites, just no full uns. You can see this is a bit of the earlier bed stuff, so we can see there's some sort of Gryphosceratid there, so yeah, one in there, look, something interesting. This can be really hard, believe it or not, even though it's quite sandy. Maybe that's worth a little bash and see if there's something different in it. Can be some interesting bits. We have this humongous Parkinsonia, which this side actually is the normally there's a good side and a bad side. This is actually the bad side. I'm hoping the centre is going to be okay on this one, because the other side, although it's a big one and it's quite nicely preserved, it does have a shell smashed into it there at the side of that whirl, so I do think there's some preservation issues, but it's still a nice big one. I wish I'd have kept this shell here, because it's obviously pinged off and I've not seen it, but you can see the sutures there, which is quite nice. So yeah, a little bit of a shame, but yeah, that's nicely preserved, that side for the middle. But yeah, the outer whirl is a little bit damaged, but we'll see what we can do with it. Hopefully it'll prep up nice, and if it's got a nice middle on this side, actually that side's going to be the better. What else do we get? So yeah, it's really a proper parky day. This is going to be an absolute beaut. See the calcite there, that's absolutely gorgeous underneath that layer of shell. Absolutely gorgeous calcite. So that's going to be a really nice one. That, I think that's a rare icostata. I think this will be a dorsetensis, this big one. And then, yeah, that's the next biggest one. Again, that should tidy up really nice. And you can see that's the poor side, and that's the better preserved side. So again, I reckon underneath this shell there's probably some lovely calcite. So again, that's a lovely one. Just needs clean up, bit of air abrasion. Some really nice ones. Again, I think this must be the rare Ricostata layer, I think, because these are quite widely spaced ribs, quite skinny ammonites. But yeah, plenty of these. So again, I'll get them all prepped, see which one's the best. Keep a couple for the collection and probably trade a few. Again, there's only so much space on the shelves. That one is a little bit different, it's a little bit dumpier. Not sure what that one is. Could be a Parkinsonia maybe, but I'm not convinced about the middle on that. But could be a reverse prepper. Again, something a bit different. I don't know what this is. Not quite sure. It's not. I don't think it's a Parkinsonia. But again, I don't know. Again, there's so many different types of ammonite in the oolite. I'm gonna have to do a research on that. Could be a bigger tites or something like that. I don't know. It's got a smooth shell rather than the grooved edges that you get on a parky. So yeah, something different. A lovely, to focus, a lovely chunky one in there. Again, this could be something interesting. A few options that spring to mind. Could be a Cadamites, could be a Spheroceros, or could be a chunky Stephanoceros. But obviously you can't tell from that chunky bit, but there's something in there. Could be good. There's a few little bits here. Little Leoceros, little Parkinsonia, or it could be even Garantiana. That might be a Strinoceros in there, possibly. Or Garantiana. And a little one in there. Got a little Apelia. Just clean up okay. Again, that's probably a trader, that one. Nice grey parky, a little bit of damage. So again, for me, that's probably a trader, but it'll still clean up nice, that. Another little one in there. Again, probably won't keep the small ones, but no, I didn't want to leave them on the beach and have them get degraded. So yeah, not a bad little haul. Hopefully that one will clean up okay. I think some of these will be absolutely fantastic. So yeah, quite pleased. Yeah, so that's it for Dorset, I think, this year for me. Might go back down again in winter next year. But yeah, hope you enjoyed some of the videos. And I also got this Strigoceros truelli. It's a nice big one, and it's got the shell on, which makes it quite nice, but there is a bit of damage to the whorl here, and obviously a couple of chunks missing. So this is going to make its way to Trevor, I think, and see if he can do a bit of a resto job on it. Yeah, should be quite interesting. Bit of a project, but yeah, could be really nice, that. Fingers crossed, we'll see.